want to do the installation for your application, for database, for your operating system, all installation is possible on the block storage. In fact, you cannot create a virtual machine, you cannot create a EC2 without block storage. Okay? So block storage is kind of a mandatory uh, for your EC2 to function, for your EC2 to build. Okay, so it's having that kind of a significance, kind of having that kind of an importance here. All right, so we will actually get started with the block storage, and within the block storage, we are going to be talking about something known as EBS or Elastic Block Store. Okay, this is the very first service in the storage which we are going to be going and talking about, and we are going to be looking at that where we can integrate that with our virtual machine or the EC2. Okay, so this is going to be the very first topic in the storage which we are going to be going and talking about, and then we will move on to the other type of storage later in the day. Is this good? Anyone have any questions, any thought before we begin? All right, very, very nice. Okay. Okay, excellent. So, okay. So let's get started here with the EBS or the block storage. Okay. So block storage is required for you to go and build the virtual machine. It is required for you to go and or install the operating system. Okay. Let's check that out. That what options we do have available when we are going to be working on the block storage. Okay. Let's go and log in here onto the LMS. So I request you to please join me here in the AWS console, and let's go and explore that where exactly this EBS exists. All right, looks like lab is ready for me. Let me know if it is also ready for you and you have logged on to the AWS Management Console. Okay, that's brilliant. That is very, very nice. Okay. And for using the EBS, I'm again going to be going and taking you to the EC2 dashboard. So if I'm going to be going and trying to explore, going to be going and trying to explore the dashboard, it is going to be going and showing that I do not have any of the resources here right now. Okay. Okay. Is there any difference in the AWS and AWS lab? So AWS lab is the next version of the lab, which is right now in the testing, and it's going to be having a more control, more permissions. Okay. So in future, we will see we're going to be migrating to the AWS lab. Okay. Otherwise, there's no major difference right now. Okay. So AWS lab is going to be more focused on the which course you are going to be taking. Right now, this AWS lab is kind of a more wide open, but AWS lab is going to be more controlled and more focused there. Okay. All right. So right now we don't have any of the virtual machine there, and we will be trying to create one. Okay, let's launch the new instance. And as we know, as we start to build the instance, we just go and get started by giving a tag name. I will call that one as Windows Server 1. Okay, this is my first Windows server, and you know that every day we create lot many different servers, right? And then it's going to be asking that which OS image I need to go and use. I'm going to be going to use Windows here. I will confirm the changes that yes, I do need to use Windows. And then it's going to be saying that which type of EC2 model you would like to go and use. And I'm good to use the T2 Micro, part of the free tier, which is good. Keep here. Yep, we are gonna go and create a new one because the one which we created yesterday is gone. Let's have a new created for today. Okay, I don't want to go and change any kind of a network settings here, which is fine. All right, all these settings are good. So what I'm interested in here is for storage section today. Okay, I'm gonna be going and exploring and working on the storage part today. And you do see right now it is showing that I have a 130 gig volume, which is a general purpose volume configured here. Okay, if I go and click here on this drop down, it is actually going to be going and giving me lot many different options to choose from. Okay, I want to take you to the advanced section of the storage. So let's go and check it out that what all customization, what all different options, what all different performance, what all different costing is available with the storage, and how we can actually go and configure multiple hard disk with our virtual machine. Okay, so far we have worked only with the primary disk. We have only worked with the C drive. So how it is going to be possible to have multiple storage disk attached to it. Let's go and click in here on advanced, and then it is going to be going and showing that I do have a one volume added, and that is actually a 30 gig volume. Okay, and this volume falls in the category called general purpose. Okay, that is a GP2 is a general purpose. And what are the properties of this GP2 is? The properties of the GP2 is given here in next step. Okay, it says IOPS. IOPS stands for input output operations per second. That how many operations you can perform per second. So the more the number is, the higher the number is, the better it is. That you're going to be able to go and perform lot more higher IOPS there. Okay. So right now the number shows that 100/3000, which means 100 IOPS are guaranteed here. I will be getting 100 IOPS all the time. Okay, these 100 IOPS are reserved for me. In case if I need to go beyond 100, I can actually go up to 3000 if they are available. Okay, so 3000 is not guaranteed, but I can go up to 3000 in case if required. Okay, so these means I can actually perform 100 input output operations per second. So more the higher the number, higher the operations, I will be I will be able to go and read and write at a much more higher speed. That means it's going to be giving me a much more higher performance. Okay. Uh, Sometime we are going to be going to use uh, this server, this machine for an application or for database. And for application and database, we may need much more higher IOPS there. Okay. So which means uh, we we can actually go and use something called provisioned IOPS there. Okay. So provisioned IOPS means I will be having an opportunity to go and dictate that how many IOPS I do need. Okay. So if I go and select that I want to go and use a provisioned IOPS or IO2. So this particular option changes to a text box. and it does allow me to go and dictate that how many IOPS are going to be required for me. Okay, so by default it is showing that I can actually go and use 15,000 IOPS, and those IOPS are kind of a guaranteed for me. Okay, so in case if you think you need a high performance, if you need a high performance uh, the storage, okay, if you application is gonna be reading and writing from the storage uh, in a very large quantities, right? Gonna be reading and writing a lot of data from the storage, then it's a good idea to go and opt for the best performing storage here.